Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So that's got things underway.
Well, Peter, here we have one of the greatest defenders of all time, Alessandro Costacurta.
Yeah, in a sense, understated, isn't he? Certainly, some would say underrated. He's one of the less glamorous members of the Milanese elite from the 1990s.
Yeah, but ability-wise, I think he was on a par with the rest of them, and his tactical versatility means the centre-back, full-back,
Sweeper, defensive midfield player.
Yeah, and we shouldn't forget his outstanding vision and confidence on the ball, being almost as important as what he did at the back.
Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. A slightly better ball would have led to a very different outcome there.
Well, I think the opposition saw that pass coming a mile off, and it wasn't the best decision.
And it's Bellingham. Searching pass he's played there. Luis Suarez! No, it just wouldn't sit for him.
Suarez cannot be faulted for trying. It was asking to be hit just a bit straighter.
Milan still without a single shot on target. And here's Bale. Schneider. And here's Bale. And this is Luis Suarez. Jorginho. Cafu. And it's Jorginho. It's a searching pass. That's good vision. Cafu. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Jorginho. This looks judged, surely! Goal! Milan! You give him an inch and he'll take a mile. Such immaculate precision.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again, I don't think he had a wonderful view of it.
Milan have penetrated for the first time.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Lovely pass, but can he get there? Bellingham really struggling to influence the game.
He needs a minder, and one of his teammates should be picking up on that, and quickly.
Oh, he's bustling through here. Cafu. Deep cross. He's got tall. Well, that is clearly not the outcome he wanted.
Well, you see what a difference it makes to have so many runners into the box. Makes life so much harder for that defence.
Nuno Mendes. Milan finding their passes. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And he was quick to react. Well, quality clearly deserted him at the crucial moment.
Yeah, he just didn't seem to get enough on the pass, Peter, did he?
And the half-time whistle goes. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
Yeah, on the face of it, it looks a fair reflection of what we've all seen, Peter. Some incisive play one side, battling qualities on the other. I think this game is there to be won, and a minor tweak may be all it needs to change it.
Milan have made the crucial breakthrough, and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break.
Substitution on the field, number 21, Bale.
And the second half gets underway. A solitary goal, that has been the crucial difference.
Coming on the field, number 14.
Now he's got space here. Cannavaro spots it and intercepts.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now it's Lopez. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. David Villa is onto this, knocks it into space, picked out brilliantly, goes for a shot! It's in! Two to the good, and they are purring, absolutely purring. They forced the error and extracted the maximum punishment.
The danger was always there, Peter. We all knew they'd be pouncing on any slip or any sort of indecision. They need to sharpen up or it's going to happen again.
Milan are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and...
And the shot! Yes! And they are pulling clear here. A momentary lapse mercilessly exploited. They were absolutely lethal.
Well, look at the manager here. He's absolutely fuming and he has every right to be. You can't win football matches if you give the ball away like that.
3-0 and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, they're very much the better team at the moment, Peter, and no doubt will be looking to cause even more damage here.
And they've switched it over to the other side. And it's Jorginho. Caicedo. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Now it's Mbappe. Koundé, defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. Nuno Mendes. He's shifting through the gears here. Ball comes in.
Oh, that's a cracking ball. Too quick for defence and keeper.
Ball's out once more. Real chance! Oh, good-looking ball. Ahead by 3, but they won't want to take their foot off the pedal. He's on it, can he get away? Out towards the flank. He's in a great position here.
Villa really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
And it's Lopez. Defending was strong and firm.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Nuno Mendes. That's Rijkaard. Time added on. And there goes the final whistle. Well, that was a shimmering, sizzling, scintillating game. The key characters glittered throughout and did what they did when required so to do. There could be only one outcome.
And now to
Mbappe claiming the Man of the Match award, and there is very little room for argument.
A very special birthday.
So, Jim, how do you reflect on what we've seen? Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, as you can see, we've already started here.
Alessandro Costa Curta, he doesn't have what you'd call a classic centre-back's physique, does he?
No, but his game is never really about athleticism, power and the physical stuff. He never has to let it be.
Yeah, it's interesting because he's still become considered one of the greatest defenders of his time. How's that?
Well, it's characteristics like leadership, his class, his tenacity. He's nigh on perfect reading of the game and all done with immaculate discipline.
Mbappe, unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. And here's Mbappe. That's an imaginative pass. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, that has not gone well.
Yeah, we're actually currently watching a contest of insipid probing. The only way is up, I hope.
Mbappe! Well, that's an excellent interception. And now the breakaway. Messi. Oh, he's certainly caught him there. It's a free kick. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Cristiano Ronaldo.
Milan are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
And here's Mbappe. And it's Mendes. Nuno Mendes with... Up he goes! Goal! Milan!
Look, that was a technical interaction of great football. That has gone down a treat.
Milan have fired themselves in front.
Well, I think the next 5 to 10 minutes will call for real focus as the opposition will inevitably react.
Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. Now it's Mbappe. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. A probing pass. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
Guardiola.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And he's forced to go back. And the keeper's got it again. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. And the score is 1-0. Now it's Bale.
There will be 1 minute added time.
Referee's had a look, and he's blown his whistle for half-time. Well, there were plenty of talking points in that first half, but just the one goal. It's still anybody's game here.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football, plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to...
He's going for goal! Referee's given a throw. Intercepts the throw, that's well read.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Cafu. Ambitious ball here. Now that's well seen too. Neuer. And it's a crossfield ball towards the other flank.
Good ball, that too. Bale really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Now it's Cristiano Ronaldo. Another pass just keeps it ticking over. And he's heaved it away. Can he get on the end of this? And a chance! Goal! They are right back in business.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Simplicity itself.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
And that has added a whole new complexion to the game.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter. When you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing, the outcome should all come down to finishing.
Looking for options for movement. Van Dijk makes the interception. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less. Concentration levels are very good, and so is the commitment. This game could yet yield a winner.
Can he finish? Goal, Milan! And again they hit the front. That really is quite fabulous. All his own doing.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
And now he has two.
Substitution for Milan, number 10, Schneider.
We have got changes here, from both sides in fact.
Owen.
So we have a breakthrough. Now how will things develop from here?
Coming on the
Yeah,
field.
all their effort pays off in the end. It just took that extra bit of dynamism to get them the goal they craved.
David Villa.
Now it's Jorginho.
Erling Haaland. Substitutions taking place.
Costa Curta. Costa Curta goes direct.
Whistle's gone, that's a foul. There could be trouble here, but for now the referee is keeping his cards in his pocket.
Okafor.
Well, it's probably safe to say now, Peter, that it's going to be all about game management from here.
David Villa. Haaland. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Cafu, who's set up one goal so far. Pass somewhat off target.
Well, they shouldn't be dawdling at this stage. They need to get the ball in the mixer and quickly.
Nice sequence of passes, this. Ah, that's a fine interception. And there goes the final whistle. Well, that was good. A terrific advertisement for attacking football. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. So we're up and running.
Peter, we're about to see how good Lilian Thuram is. Besides being physically imposing and quick, he's very intelligent and usually that crucial split second ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, fabulous reader of the game.
And pretty much got it all.
Milan do have a chance to counter here. Great... And a chance! That is decidedly lacking.
Milan certainly looks sharp there. They're very well drilled in this art of counter-attacking.
Nakata. Well, there was an element of promise insofar as they kept the ball well, but they did very little with it. Rijkaard. And it's Schneider. Now it's Villa. And this is Owen. Looking for the run. Can he finish? It's a loose ball. In he goes again. And here's Schneider. Cross goes in there. Adams tries to clear. That has been cut short. Iniesta. Now it's Nakata. So a third of the match or thereabouts gone, and we still await the first goal. Cafu. Played into space. And no, that is pretty much the end of that. Cannavaro kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily.
Milan are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
Schneider. 15 minutes till half-time. That's been cut out, well played. Neymar. Nakata. Oh, just skips past his man. Oh, well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Can he get it through?
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Spread out to the left. Neymar. I think that's a corner. Yes, it is. And we have our very first corner. Neymar with the short one. And it's Nagatomo. He's tried one! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. And that has been clubbed away. Now this could be a chance. Schneider. Searching pass he's played there. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. There's the whistle for half-time. It hasn't been a bad watch, not by any means. The intensity levels are there. We've just lacked that telling breakthrough moment.
Just a quick reminder today.
Still waiting for this to take off. It's goalless at half-time.
Thank you very much for your cooperation.
Substitution for Milan, number 18, David Villa.
And the action is back on the way.
Replace him is
Milan clearly have been the better side here. So if I was to say anything to them...
Nakata! Rijkaard. And this is Iniesta. It's Neymar!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And here's Messi. Milan do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, I think this is probably a good time, Peter, to make ambitious change.
Nuno Mendes. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that collectively.
Cafu gets a good foot in there. Cafu was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And that has been cleared. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
A deeply frustrating game so far. Just about within shooting range. A collective sigh of relief from the defence.
I'm really impressed with the tenacity he's shown to intercept that. That's how they're going to make things happen.
And here's Messi. That's a cute ball. Floated through. Oh, that's superb. Shot a goal! He's got a goal! Finally, the deadlock is broken.
Look, before we can even delve into the detail, the significance of taking the lead should be our initial reflection, and that's priceless.
More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Well, he always had the measure of the keeper there. Such confidence and composure.
Milan have penetrated for the first... Right card! A reprieve, albeit perhaps momentary. And he's been shifted off it.
Bayer Leverkusen really are showing all the necessary urgency, but it's potency they need.
Now it's Messi. And Messi! Should have equalised.
Well, it's certainly encouraging, Peter. At least they're going about things the right way after falling behind.
Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking. Not too much more here than seeing out time, and time is very nearly seen out. Cafu is flagged offside. Owen. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. Bayer punts it upfield. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
We are into overtime. And that is as far as it goes. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Well, it looks like a big game, sounds like a big game. Everyone involved is absolutely up for it. So we're up and running.
There's a player below us, Peter, that I've always admired. Franco Baresi, a defender with wonderful composure and discipline.
Yeah, can't say I'm surprised by your assessment there.
Yeah, one of the great liberos, his intelligence.
Terrific header! It's in!
Well, talk about a real rude awakening. It's almost as if the defence saw nothing coming. They just didn't anticipate, on heels rather than toes.
A great delivery and a finish to match.
Yeah, it all came from some really smart movement, Peter. Did the defence let themselves down by not picking him up? I think the boss won't be amused.
So, a breakthrough already. So much time and space here. And the shot! And he hits the net. They are really purring here, and they have extended their lead in the blink of an eye. Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, that's really winded the opposition. You can see their manager screaming on the touchline, telling his team to calm down. But they'll need to do that pretty quickly. It's composure from here.
Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now he's got space here. Big chance! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. And look at his joy! Is this not why we love the game? The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
I'm not making any apologies, but I was willing him to supply the finish, and he came up trumps.
And there was his third, and boy, he looks the business, doesn't he just?
And the frightening thing is, Peter, this isn't even a surprise. He thrives in these situations.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Cafu gets across to intercept that. He's onside. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Shot could be on. Baresi. Half-time coming up, and little doubt as to which of the two sides is the happier. Costa Curta, who's set up one goal so far. Played back to the goalkeeper. Driving on and making good progress. Well, that's beautifully weighted. A corner it is then. This possibly the last play of the half. Baresi tries to clear. And there's the end of the first half. Well, who would have thought it? A huge chasm between the two teams already, and it might grow even wider in this second half.
Well, they're in a great position, Peter, so why stop now? I would say keep going, keep at it. They've done everything right so far, so they'll want to keep things that way.
Milan, 3 goals to the good after a really excellent first half that's been intriguing to watch. Plenty of highlights to show you during the break.
Substitution for Milan. Number 2, Cafu. Coming on to replace
Whistle
him
goes,
is
and we start the
number
second half.
25, Nuno Mendes. Substitution.
And it's Beckham. Passes coming off in quick succession here. Early ball out from the back. And he's forced to go back. And back to the keeper they go. Costa Curta. Milan do look as though they've made a half-time change here.
Well, we're certainly going to see a change in personnel. We'll see if the system changes with it.
Jorginho. And the keeper's got it again. Well, it's still early in the second half, but this does look like a job already done. Baresi.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Milan do have options available on the bench if they want to go that way. And here's Owen. Now it's Rice. Can he get it through? Tries the cross.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Rice. Shot a goal! That was quite a test for the goalkeeper.
Well, I suppose he was being urged to shoot. Maybe the crowd will stay a little quieter next time.
Oh, that's really good play on the right. He's driving forward. And this is Owen. Roberto Carlos did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Milan are closing in on a comfortable win. Jorginho. Jorginho is the team's great visionary. Now looking to orchestrate a counter. That was good pressing, forced the error to put an end to it before things could get even more threatening. Roberto Carlos. And there goes the final whistle. So a real showpiece win. This lot was simply far too clever for their opponents, and despite... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. So we're up and running. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
Yeah, Casemiro. He gives them some real defensive steel in the middle of the park, Peter. What he's particularly good at is nipping opposition attacks in the bud and preventing them from getting any real momentum going. He's also a bit of a shooting threat from long range too, so opposing defences will have to beware of that, and very much so.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Oh, he's taken out. That'll be a foul. Oh, it's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. Now it's Bale. Bale! Good strike, quite an alarm. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Spread it left. It's Snyder! They want to be quick to recover this. Oh, what has happened here? That's a good intervention. That was what he had to make in the face of danger that was growing. Snyder. Can he finish? Goal! Milan! And Milan have the lead. Speed of thought, efficiency of movement, and certainty of outcome.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Milan have taken the lead.
Well, I'd remind those players, Peter, that concentration will be key for a while now, as you don't want to hand the momentum straight back to your opposition.
Milan are seeing a lot of the ball and have a 1-0 lead to show for it. Schneider.
Milan are clearly playing a patient game here, looking to pick out those runners.
Yeah, that's a lot of the forwards, this style, doesn't it? You need them to be very sharp, chasing non-stop, running after lost causes.
Yeah, and you need a lot of movement up front if you're going to make it work.
Mbappe! Lovely pass, but can he get there? Kukçu is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Milan are 1 up and looking surprisingly comfortable. Now it's Bale. Well read, nice interception. And if you have just joined us, still just 1 goal between them. And the score is 1-0. Knocks it out wide. Nuno Mendes. And the whistle goes for half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness, perhaps the only things lacking. Any strong opinions on the first half?
Well, this is when you need your players to step up, Peter. Be brave, see all that courage. They need to have a big start to the second half to give them some momentum, and they're not going to get that if they're being too risk-averse.
Milan have made the crucial breakthrough, and they're looking pretty satisfied at the break. And we're already back up and running after half-time. A solitary goal. That has been the crucial difference. And a chance! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
That's very, very good. You can't ask for much more than that.
And we have our very first corner. Decent enough try.
Well, there wasn't too much wrong with his effort. He needs to get on the ball again and give it another crack. I would.
Cafu. It's a good run down the right. Oh, good-looking ball. Owen. Ambitious ball here. He's through here. And the shot! Big relief, it just needed better contact. Baresi picks it up from the goal kick. Baresi
Kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily.
Now it's Owen. And it's Owen. Good ball, good take. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
There's a lot of football still to be played, Peter, so ideally they need to maintain an attacking endeavour.
Kukcu. And this is Bale. Milan
Are, of course, in a position to go to the bench should the need arise.
Oh, what a ball!
Barcelona really are going for it here, Peter. Now it's just a matter of sustaining the effort.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
They just need to sort out their end product, and quickly.
Mbappe, who does have an assist to his name. Defending was strong and firm. All the way back. Mbappe. 75 minutes played. Nuno Mendes. Hit into the middle. And he's managed to get rid.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
And they've switched it over to the other side.
That's a cracking pass to stretch the opposition.
Looking to play him in. And this is Jorginho. Shot a goal! He scores! A two-goal lead, and they're firmly in control. Oh, the deftness of touch. Received it delightfully and finished it off sumptuously.
Speed of thought, speed of action. That's another really clever finish.
Milan are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Well, that's pretty much sealed it now, and surely, Peter, we're not going to see any complacency after that.
And he plays one through.
1 minute added time.
Mendes. And that will be the final act. Well, don't you just love it when a plan comes together? Victory never in doubt in the mind of the mastermind in all...